the evening when I shot that one, when we were driving from the lease to the motel, I could barely keep my eyes open because I was coming off that adrenaline rush. And I mean, I've been around hunting my whole life, and I still get that rush of adrenaline when I see them in the wild. Dude, I saw so many deer, and I said it last time we talked about this. White-tailed deer are one of the most majestic things that you could ever see in them. It's just unbelievable to me.
No, you're absolutely correct.
Absolutely beautiful, and they're one of the smartest animals you'll ever encounter.
And they get smarter every year. Every year they're bigger. They learn something new about the white man and his hunting, and they learn smells and remember patterns of people.
I actually read an article. We could talk about this some other time, but I read an article about how curious they are, and people are like, oh, don't chew tobacco in the blind, or don't do this. And no, these guys, these biologists that study whitetail are like, no, they're super curious. Like, if they smell tobacco and they're not used to that, unless they've been shot right after smelling it, they'll usually come to check out what that smell is. They don't associate that thing with people.
That's interesting. So maybe a wintergreen Copenhagen can left open.
Yeah,
might be a trial.
I know for a fact, if you pour molasses on a pile of corn,
oh Jesus,
they love that, and they're because they don't run across molasses very much.
And it's a good time to do it now because the ant population way down there. Yeah, they're ready for winter and bedded. Yeah, man.
Well, that's the plan. I'm gonna try to get, even if it's not one of the older ones, I'm gonna try to get her on a deer by using a pile of corn and some molasses. And if you guys don't know, that's legal in Oklahoma. Like, I'm not talking about doing anything illegal. Like, we can hunt over bait piles in Oklahoma.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily it's not considered baiting the deer. Like hanging apples at perfect level for a half a mile.
Because old timers tell stories about that.
Yeah. I mean, they'd hang apples at about a 3 foot tall level, and just all the way to their deer stand. And then just wait for old dummy eating apples to come up. Wapow.
I had an old dude tell me that if he used to take pantyhose, he'd get his wife's pantyhose, and he would pack a ball of peanut butter in the leg of the pantyhose and hang it at like 3 feet off.
Yeah, that's perfect. Now that's baiting.
Yeah.
The apple one is masturbating.
I'm just talking about putting some corn out. I'm not talking about making a trail of bait to my stand, although, I mean, they got so many deer on this property. Somebody needs to do something about it.
Yeah, and even though you weren't able to bring this one home, if he expired, that's one less deer on the property. So
yeah. Well, that's because I felt horrible about it. It was bothering me. That's exactly. It was like
population.
You thinned it out by one. You probably fed a bunch of coyotes. So I mean,
yeah, and if you can feed the coyotes, well, the coyotes only eat when they're hungry. So if you can feed the coyotes somehow, you might be able to, if stuff like that just works out, you might be able to, enjoy a nice weekend of hunting because the coyotes' bellies are full.
Well, that's true. So, I hate coyotes, but that's the problem there. I hate coyotes. It is what it is, man. I mean, we'll see. We'll go out there this weekend. We'll see what happens, and good Lord willing, we'll put some meat in the freezer.
Yes. Speaking of meat, just curious. Hey, dude, can you hook me up with some beef for my birthday?
Okay.
Now tell everybody I have no idea what this is. So this
No, I have not told you this story yet.
No.
So, okay, everybody knows when I go to Walmart, I usually encounter weird shit.
So it's another Walmart story.
Yeah, this is a Walmart story.
I need to. Okay. I so need to do like a musical Shiner Walmart story intro for when you do Walmart stories.
Okay, so A, this is a Walmart story. B, my son Dizzle is living with me again, so he accompanies me to the local Walmart, and so we're going in there actually just to get and the one that's very close to my house is kind of a shitstorm. So we just need a couple of things, so we're going to go in that one. Right. I don't know why we chose that. It's always a bad idea.
Now, did you go to Walmart or neighborhood market?
This is neighborhood market.
Okay,
but that one at 21st Street there, it's a shitstorm. So we go in there, we're gathering some stuff up, and we're back by the meat department, and we're kind of separated. And so I look over my shoulder to see what he's doing, and I realize he's talking to this dude, or a dude's talking to him, I should say. Now, let me set the scene. This dude is
oh, God.
This dude is probably about 5'7" on a good day. He's wearing a set of scrubs, which you would think is indicative that maybe he works in the medical profession.
Right.
No.
No.
The clothes. So, and I can tell by my son's face that something is awry. Like something's not right.
Something's afoot at the Walmart.
Yeah, there's some shenanigans cracking off. So I'll start walking towards him, and I hear my son say, "What did you say?" So I'm like, "Oh no." Well, then I start taking in the whole scene. The dude has got a pair of like gray scrub bottoms on. And like that blue, surgical blue colored top.
Okay.
And they are filthy, dude. It looks like somebody has rolled this dude in the dirt. I mean, they are filthy. Now, what would you, if you were wearing that outfit, what would you top it? Oh, you want me to tell you what you top it off with?
Sure.
A brand spanking new gray batting helmet.
Was he a window licker?
I mean, dude, this is a brand new batting helmet. It is shiny as fuck. So as I'm taking all this in, I hear my kid goes, "Huh? What are you asking me, man?" And I can tell he's getting a little frustrated. I'm like, well, this is getting weird. So as I step closer, this dude says to my kid, "Hey, dude, can you hook me up with some beef for my birthday?" What? Hey, dude, can you hook me up with some beef for my birthday? And my kid goes, "No, man, I can't."
Sorry, man, I'm vegan.
Yeah. So this dude kind of looks at my kid like he's really fucking disgusted with him, and he walks off. And I'm looking at my kid looks at me like, "Whoa, what the hell just happened?" Well, then I watch this guy. He goes over to this couple that's shopping in the frozen section. And does it again. "Hey, dude, it's my birthday. Can you hook me up with some beef?" What? He's just randomly walking through Walmart asking everybody that.
You know, here's the thing. He had to have learned this from somebody.
Why do you say that?
You don't think
you think there's more than one person that does this?
You don't think shit up like that. I mean, like, he had to have had one of his homeless buddies be like, "Man, go in there and ask for some beef at your birthday. Somebody's liable to."
Well, and that's my next question. Do you think he was... Dude, that was a new helmet. That was a nice helmet.
What color was it?
Gray. It was gray. It was like a gunmetal gray. It was brand spanking new, dude. There wasn't a scratch on that helmet, which is weird because his clothes were so dirty. Like, he's obviously been in an altercation not too long before he met us.
No, sir, I cannot get you beef, but here's a nice 420 sticker for your helmet.
Well, maybe that happened. Maybe he got rolled in the dirt, and I'm gonna get myself a helmet. Like, I don't want to get a head injury from this deal.
Yeah, you know, and honestly, I didn't mean to offend any window licker.
Yeah, because we're not in the business of offending people at all.
Not at all. But you know, window lickers tend to be a bit more protected than a batting helmet. So
if you're a window licker, like that's part of your daily dress is protective gear.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You got on some elbow pads and shoulder pads
and batting helmet.
And
batting helmet.
I would.
You ever been driving around and see one of those people driving a car?
No.
When I lived in Colorado, there was an old man that would drive through the neighborhood, and he had I don't remember if it was a batting helmet or he had some kind of helmet he was wearing behind, and he was driving a car around.
And it wasn't like a crash helmet. It wasn't like he was.
Wasn't like he was a stunt man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird, man.
That would be a cool profession to have, though. Now that you just kind of Now back in the day, at 53, I'd be like, "Fuck no, hell no." You just
I was actually talking to somebody about this recently. You think like CGI stuff has like negated some of the need for stuntmen these days?
Everybody but Jackie Chan.
Yeah, well, that dude's great. I mean, he does some stuff.
Man, I don't know how many bones he's broken, but I'm sure it's coming close to Evel Knievel levels because he does all his own stunts.
Yeah, I knew that.
He's older than I am. I don't see how he does it. 10 years
ago. You brought
ago.
up a good point. Evel Knievel. Like, think about if somebody tried to do that today. Because there's been people to try to be a modern day Evel Knievel, and we just look at them like they're crazy. Why was Evel Knievel able to get away with it?
Because, here again, I think he just had that perfect amount of cray.
You think that's what it was?
I think it has to be, man. You don't take chances like that. You know, it's same thing with Travis Pastrana. As a matter of fact, Travis Pastrana has redone all his jumps over in Vegas. Like Caesar's Palace and all that mess, and gone much further. But you know, here again, technology. Evel Knievel's jumping a freaking Harley Davidson, and Travis Pastrana's, you know, he's I don't even know.
No, didn't he jump a Harley? Maybe? The last one he jumped a Harley.
It was a Indian.
An Indian, that's right.
Yeah,
but Evel Knievel, remember he was getting shot over the Grand Canyon in like some kind of little jet thing that they built for him.
Yeah, the X1 cycle. Yeah, I had one of those. Had a parachute in it and everything, and the parachute prematurely came out on it as well. So every time.
Tell me you didn't want to be Evel Knievel when you were a little kid, though.
Dude, I was Evel Knievel. I've got scars to prove it.
Who doesn't?
Around
our age, who doesn't?
I was jumping ditches at 8 years old.
Now, exactly. And think about it, you would tell your parents. Like, our parents were very aware that we were emulating Evel Knievel and didn't have a problem with that at all. Today, people would be shitting their pants. I mean,
I'd tear my own bike up making a jump, pop a tire, that kind of stuff. At 8 years old, I knew how to take my rim off, take the tire off, take the tube out, put a new tube in it, put the tire back on, and air the sumbitch back up, get it on my bike, and get it tightened. At 8 years old.
By the time you were 11, you were a full-fledged bike mechanic.
Oh, yeah. And Donnie, nothing against you, buddy. You're mechanic of all mechanics, homie. So, not taking anything.
We're talking about a different level of mechanic, though. I mean, like when you're 10 and you could take anything apart on your bike and fix it.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, we were so good at bikes that so sad to admit. Me and my brother would troll our neighborhood we'd wake up at like 1:30 in the morning, go out on our bicycles, troll the neighborhood, find the garage doors that were open, and then take the bicycle back. Well, if it were me, I could take his bicycle and I could ride while holding his bicycle.
Oh, yeah. Right? I remember those days.
Yeah, and then he would steal the other bike and bring it home, and then we'd take all the parts off of it.
You guys had a chop shop?
We had a total chop shop, dude. I'm not kidding you, at 2 o'clock in the morning, we'd start on this bike, and by 6 o'clock in the morning, it was a different color, had on different wheels than what it did. I had not ordered because we went to the bike shops back then. I'd gone and I'd gotten like frame stickers and that kind of stuff, like Mongoose and
you put new badges on it.
Oh yeah, I totally rebadged this bike, and we're sitting here riding this rebadged bike through the neighborhood. Nobody's gonna be like, "Hey, you stole my bike."
Dude, no? I'm going to tell you right now, you're the only person I've ever known in my life that had a bike shop going. How old were you when you were doing this?
Probably 11.
That's awesome.
Probably 11. And I'm not kidding you, dude. I mean, we were taking that was back before powder coat.
Yeah.
So the frames were painted, but I had a grinder with one of those discs on it with the wire disc on it, and I could get all the tight spots with it, and then we do the rest of it with sandpaper, and I could take a yellow bike and turn it purple. And
oh my God! Did you rattle can it?
Yeah, but
you guys were just rattle canning these bikes,
dude. I'm hell with a rattle can. I can take a rattle can and fix a car, and you won't know it's a rattle can.
Oh my God, I'm dying right now, dude. You and your brother, which brother?
Davis.
You guys had a legit.
Yeah, we did. We had a legit chop shop, and one of these days, I need to get my brother on this podcast to tell the story back with me. Because
I'm excited about this opportunity. I can't wait to hear this.
The shenanigans that we used to do when we were kids. And then, if you ever got caught, it was just like, well, boys will be boys.
That's how it was back then, yeah.
But we used to go for bicycle rides forever. My grandmother lives 6 miles away and up the biggest hill in Rogers County. And, we would have to run. We couldn't run the back way. The back way was a road called Blue Star Drive, and that's going up that hill on Blue Star Drive. You got to get off your bike and walk it. I mean, it's that steep, and it's a long hill too. But if you went up Will Rogers Boulevard up toward the college and make your way, you could actually make that ride. But halfway there was we were getting to downtown. there's this gas